Hello everyone, and today we'll be seeing the last topic of the first unit, that is basics of data structures, that is arrays in Python, right? So let us start with what is an array. Now we can simply term an array as a continuous stream of memory locations of the same data type, meaning an array, the size is fixed, right? And all the elements in the array need to be of the same data type. How do we declare an array? You can see over here, import array as ARR. We have imported a module called array, fine, and ARR is an object of that particular module. And using this ARR, we have declared an array. This I indicates that the array is going to store integer type of data, and this is the data that is stored in the array: 11, 93, 13, 45, and 78. The moment you create this array in the memory, this is how the array is going to be stored, right? You can see over here, this is called 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are called as offset or index. These are called what? Offset or index. Offset or index, right? Index or offset of an array. With the help of this index or offset, we can access the elements of the array. What is the element of the array? Whatever we have stored inside the array, these are called elements of the array. You can see this is what? These all are what? Elements. Which are the elements? 11, 93, 13, 45, and 78. These are the 5 elements of the array, right? And you can see that the index or offset starts from 0, fine. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the offsets. So if the size of the array is 5, the last offset is 4 because the offset starts from 0, fine. So this is how we can declare an array, by importing the array module and then by using the array method of that particular module, right? So basically what it is, it's a container that can hold fixed number of items, and these items should be of the same type, right? Next, as we said, the index starts with 0. We can easily find any element within the array using the index value. So if I say, suppose the name of this array is x, suppose the name of the array is x, and if I say x of 2, if I say x of 2, so what is the value it is going to give me? The value it is going to give me is 13. The value it is going to give me is what? 13. So by using this index, we can directly access the elements of the array. Right? And the length of the array defines the capacity to store the elements in there. So if we say x of 100, how many elements are going to be there in the array? 100 elements are going to be there in the array. What is the offset going to be? It starts from 0 to 99, like that 100 elements are going to be in the array, right? Now let us see certain basic operations on the array. The first operation is traversing an array. Traversing means simply getting all the elements of the array, okay, visiting all the location, all the index of that particular array means what? Traversing the elements, right? So if we take a loop which will go from 0 to 5, with the help of this loop we can traverse these elements of the array, right? Means we can access these elements of the array. So if I access the first element by saying x of 0, by just adding 1 to the offset, which is the offset over here? 0 is the offset. If I add 1 to it, I can get the next element. Again I add 1 to it, I can get the next element. This can be done with the help of what? A loop. Now the next operation is the insertion operation, okay? See over here, fine. This is an array called numbers. These are the numbers present in the array, right? And what am I saying? Numbers of 0 equal to 0. Right now the value is what? 1. So when I say numbers of 0 equal to 0, this value will change from 1 to what? 0. So this is how I can update the values of the array. This is how I can update the values of the array, okay? If it adds an element of the given index, okay? So when I say numbers of 3 equal to 7, if I say numbers of 3 equal to 7, so instead of 5, what will become over here? 7. So this is how insertion takes place inside the array. As I said, array is of fixed size. Once we give the size to the array, you cannot increase the size of the array. Fine. Deletion. it deletes an element at the given index. Okay, so we are going to see an example of deletion in the further slides. Okay, so if I said delete numbers of 3, if I say delete numbers of 3, so numbers of 3 is what? 5. This element will be deleted. This element will be deleted and we'll have only 4 elements. Okay, or we'll have only 5 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 when you delete it. Searching, okay, we can search for a element in an array. So if I say I want or I can use using a given index, okay, or by a given value I can search. Okay, so if I say I want to search 5 whether it is present in the array or not, that can be done with the help of an operation on an array. Okay, and update, fine, it updates an element at a given index. Example of this we have seen over here, right? Now if you see this particular example, numbers of 2 colon 5 is equal to array dot array integer type 468. So if you just do this, what will happen is it will from position 2 to 5, 2, 3, okay, and 4. 2 to 5 means from 2 to 5 minus 1, that is 2 to 4. It will replace with these elements. What are they? 4, 6 and 8. So instead of 3 it will be 4, here 6 and here 8. So this is how the values will be updated. So these are the basic operations that are carried out on an array. Now accessing array elements. Fine. Now this is an array. The name of the array is A. The name of the array is A. And these are the elements 2, 4, 5 and 6. So if I print A of 0, what is going to be printed? 2. A of 1, it will print 4. A of 2, it will print 5. A of 3, it will print 6. But if you see over here, I have printed A of minus 1. What have I done? I have printed A of minus 1. So A of minus 1, it means it will start printing from the end. So the end value is what? The first value from the end is what? 6. This will print the second value from the end. So it is going to print 5. This is going to print the third value from the end, 4. And this is going to print the fourth value from the end, 2. So basically this minus is printing in a reverse order. So the output would be 2, 4, 5, 6 followed by 6, 5, 4, 2. These are the values that are going to be printed. So I can even have a negative offset. So if you have a negative offset, if I say minus 2, the second element from the right hand side, from the end, that is what it is going to print. Now let us see how to delete array elements. Here we have imported ARR. Fine. We have imported an array as ARR. We have created an array and the elements of the array are 1, 2, 3, 3 and 4. These are the respective indices or offsets. Fine. What is the name of the array? Number. What am I saying? Delete number of 2. So 2 is what? Offset. So at position 2, whatever the value will be there, that will be deleted. So this particular location is gone. So if I print number after deletion, what is it going to print? It is going to print 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, whatever was there at position number 2 has been deleted. This is how you delete elements from an array. Now concatenation of array. Concatenation means joining two arrays. Okay, like we have got this one array. D indicates double. Array of what type? Double type. How many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 elements are there. What is the name of the array? A. Right? So array A consists of double type of data and how many elements? 5 elements are there. Right? We have got array B. Right? Again, what is the type of the data? Double. And how many elements are there? 2. 3.7 and 8.6. These are the 2 elements. Right? Now, we have created an array C. And as you see, we have simply mentioned the data type over here. We have not mentioned any elements. So, an empty array is created. Of what type? Double type. What does this indicate? C array will comprise of double type of data. Now, I am simply saying C is equal to A plus B. C is equal to A plus B. So these two arrays will be joined together and the result will be stored in C. So what are the elements stored in C? 1.1, 2.1, 3.1, okay, 2.6, 7.8, 3.7 and 8.6. So it has joined both these arrays and the result is stored in C. And if we print the length of C, how many elements has this C array got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 elements over here and 6 and 7. So total length of the C array is how much? 7. Why? Because this array, A array consists of 5 and B array consists of 2. So 5 plus 2, 7 elements are present in array C. So this is how array concatenation takes place. Right? Now, let us see what is the difference between list. We have already seen a predefined data structure in Python called list. Okay. If you remember, how do we create a list? L1 is equal to, and in bracket we mention the elements. In bracket we do mention the elements. So a lot of people have got queries of what is the difference between a list and an array. Array also stores the data like this, a list also stores the data like this. So what is the difference? The most eminent difference or most striking difference between a list and an array is that list can store data of any type. Okay, like in a list I can store one data as integer, second as float, third as a character, fourth as a string, and so on. So I can store multiple data types in a single list, but that is not the case with an array. All the elements need to be of the same type in an array. That is the first difference between a list and an array. What's the difference? In a list, the data elements can be of any type. In an array, they need to be of the same type. Fine. Now, list does not require any module for declaration. It's very simple to declare. I simply say L1 equal to and I get done with declaration of a list. But if I need to declare an array, I need to import the array module, and then I need to declare an array. So any module is not required for declaring of a list, but an array module is required for declaring of an array. Fine. Now, when to use a list? When there are a very few elements that need to be used, then we use a list. If the data that we need to store is quite large, then we go for declaring arrays. Array is more beneficial. Why? Because they are more compact in memory size. Okay, whereas lists consume large memory for easy addition of elements. So that is one more difference between a list and an array. Once we declare a list using add, okay, using append, using extend, okay, I can store more elements in a list. It is extendable basically. Okay, that is not the case with a array. Fine. Lists cannot directly handle math operation, right? Lists are easy to maintain, okay, but there are certain drawbacks of list as well. And what is the drawback? List cannot directly handle math operation. Now if you see an example of list over here, 1, 2, 3 and 4, I want to divide each of these elements of the list by say 5. I want to divide each of these elements of the list by 5. Okay. Now for this I need to have a loop which will go through each and every element of the array, which will access each and every element of the array and then divide by 5. But that is not the case with an array. It can directly handle math operation. Means the name of this array is ARR. I can say ARR/5, and when I say that, each and every element of the array will be divided by 5 and we get a resultant array. So mathematical operations are easy on arrays. They are quite cumbersome or they are quite lengthy in lists. Declaring a list is easy. Declaring array requires a module. Fine. Arrays are compact. Lists consume a lot of memory for additions and insertions. So these are a few differences between lists and arrays. Fine. So if you want to carry out extensive mathematical operations, it is always wise to use arrays. If you are dealing with small amount of data, it is wise to use lists. So these are some points of differences between list and arrays. Thank you all. Meet you for the next unit, and do not forget to like and subscribe the channel. Thank you.